Alright, we have been given the responsibility of bringing Origin Chilean Gourmet into the UK. My name is Brett Troisi.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Stacy. Brianna. I'm Maureen.
So, Origin Chilean Gourmet is the product of two companies that merged together in June 2009. Both companies were considered to be the two most important companies in Chile in the production of native gourmet products that were 100% natural. Chilean Gourmet first specialized in the production of honey and later in the production of the Chilean spice merkin, while as Origin pioneered premium vinegars in Chile, and they've won many awards throughout the world. Now, the merging of these two companies was a perfect match, as they both shared similar brand images that focus on offering organic, natural, and authentic Chilean products.
So, as for the environmental review, until recently, the Labour Party had dominated the UK. However, the Conservative Liberal Democratic Party has taken over, but through a smooth transitioning of power, which indicates a stable government who are both committed to promoting economic wealth. As for the legal system, the British follow a common law which gives power to Parliament to influence legislation concerning imports and exports. This law is also a good thing because the British have a say in legislative matters, and any unfair legislation can be overturned. Overall, this shows a good social contact amongst the government and related businesses. As for the economic environment, the administration of the current government prioritizes long-term economic outcomes rather than short-term ones. As of now, as of 2008, unemployment was 7.8%. However, this is still lower than many EU countries. There is also a problem with the inflation of food prices. However, the GDP for the UK is amongst the top 15th in the world, and as there is an increase in food prices, there is also an increase in GDP. The trends of the UK are that British seek a healthy and organic foods, and there is also an increasing curiosity for foreign foods. Their attitudes are, they have a high perception of prices, which means that they believe that the higher the price, the better the quality, and they also have loyalty to their brand names. So some local competitors that we thought was significant were Ludlow Nut Company and Associated British Foods. These local companies have an edge over Chilean Gourmet because they know their market. However, Chilean Gourmet provides a variety of products domestically grown in Chile, while Ludlow specializes in nuts, and Associated British Foods provides products from many different countries, distorting the perception of quality. The three global competitors were Schwartz Carl, Piero Chile, and Spices of India. And these global companies have an edge over Chilean Gourmet in that they're already well known in the world, and they have a stable amount of consumers. Their prices for their products are also relatively low. However, we can use the increasing trend for Southern American foods to our advantage, especially because we are adapting a new product to our line in the UK, which is not vinegar.
So with the potential target market, we wanted to get into three different categories. First is the Chilean British population. In the 1970s, a bunch of Chileans actually went into the UK because in Chile they were exiled. So these expatriates will be looking for something that's very natural and homey and authentic Chilean food. So we definitely want to get into that. British foodies. Foodies look for something that's different and original and is good. Well, that's what our product is, and it's also authentic. So we definitely want to target the foodies as well. With organic customers, they're looking for something that's going to be good and tasty but organic. All of our products are organic and are made in Chile and are authentic. We also thought about what city should we go into. Well, we decided with the highest disposable income, London would be the best place, and places around London or other big cities, because this is where the biggest disposable income is. Disposable income, the people will be able to spend more money on luxury goods such as Chilean Gourmet. Now with our market entry, we're going to start with Mayfair Foods. Mayfair Foods is an online distributor that has warehouses where we can store our products, as well as distribute to individuals through them, but also go to 2 grocery stores, which would be Tesco and Whole Foods. Tesco would hold smaller quantities as well as lower prices for people such as the Chilean expatriates. Whole Foods would be more for the British foodies and the organic consumers, having a bigger quantity and product line. So why are we going into these different entry markets? Well, 37% of Europeans shop online, which amounts to 483 billion euros per year. This is a huge market that we want to enter, especially because it's growing every year. The internet is easy to use, and especially if we get into an e-commerce site that's easy for people to access, such as Mayfair Foods. And why are we going into grocery stores? Physically, we want to be able to be there so that people can see our product. Even if they aren't looking for particularly Chilean Gourmet, maybe they will find it and will become attached to the brand. Because in 2010, grocery store sales were 4.1 billion pounds per year, and that's only growing it. And in 2015, it's actually supposed to double that. And within grocery stores, private store labels are 37.5% of market share, and that's also growing. As Chilean Gourmet is a private label, we want to get into that market.
So basically, now you have kind of an overview of the market we're going into, and we wanted to focus on the mix. So for the brand strategy, we decided to keep the same kind of brand image that's in Chile, which is authentic and organic. And then we decided to adapt the product to the market, so to offer different things that we wouldn't normally offer in Chile, which would be including a brief story of the company so that people can understand where the products are coming from and the origin of the country. And then we also thought it would be unique to do a barcode so that people with iPhones or Blackberries or just a smartphone would be able to actually scan it and find out more information about the product. And then we wanted to include the carbon footprint of that individual product, and then recipes that people could incorporate with the daily meals that they're making. And then we also thought it would be profitable to put awards on our product so that we would receive credibility even if they have never heard of our company before. And the last thing that we were really wanting to include was social corporate responsibility, because that would be a way to link British consumers with the Chilean consumers, and they would be able to, every product sold, a profit would go towards sustainable development in rural Chile villages. So when we were developing our product line, we thought, what's going to give us the biggest hit in this market? And we took 3 different products. The first one is the Chilean Merkin spice, which is only found in Chile, so that would definitely give us an edge over competitors. And then the Genuina nuts, which for people who aren't cooking but are interested in our product, they could use it as snacks, on the go, etc. And then we especially adapted a product just for the UK market, which is the malt vinegar, because we're experts in vinegar production, so we thought that we would try to create a product that would be similar to one that they're already used to. And then we created a pricing strategy for all the products. So based off of where we're distributed in the places, we created different sizes and different prices. So for Tesco, we want to give you more bang for your buck. So people who can't buy as much can at least try it and get a small. And then people who can afford more would go to Whole Foods. So the last thing, the price, was we had 3 of the biggest factors that we included with our price strategy was transportation. So since we're only going to be able to go 7,229 miles, is going to be unavoidable, we're going to have to travel that. We had to include that in our price strategy. The UK trade tariff, which is 7%, that was a major one. And the VAT, which is a value-added tax, which is different in each country in the EU. And in our case would be 20 cents per good imported to the UK. And then we also took into account the high disposable income and the exchange rate fluctuations.
Moving on to place, we're going to set up a central distribution center in the UK. As Stacey mentioned, we're going to use Mayfair Foods, which is one of the UK's major ingredient suppliers, since they already have a large network of channels set up in the UK. We're going to distribute to Whole Foods, Tesco, and any consumers that buy our products off the internet. And we hope that with an increase in popularity, we can eventually distribute to restaurants. Looking at advertising, we looked at 3 different options, on screen, in print, and online. Though we found that 33% of respondents to a YouGov survey said that television elicited a high response rate from UK adults, and that most of these commercials were soft sell techniques like humor. However, we found that airtime is costly and as well as limited. There's usually about 12 minutes of commercial time per an hour of programming. So we didn't think that we'd get a large response from these audiences. But perhaps as revenue increases, we can provide funding for commercials. Looking at print, since we're going to be in Tesco, we looked at Tesco Magazine and Tesco Real Food Magazine, who have a really large circulation throughout the UK. There's about 4 million copies of the Tesco Magazine distributed per year, and 2.5 million copies of the Tesco Real Food Magazine distributed per year in the UK. And since we're going to be in Tesco, we found that this would be a great opportunity to advertise in these magazines. We also found 30% of respondents said that email marketing would be a great way is one of the top ways that British people respond to advertising, and we wanted to use the mailing list that these magazines have. As far as online, we want to do special interest websites like travel and cooking, mostly for the Chilean population in the UK who want to book flights back to Chile, visit family, or who are looking to recreate traditional dishes. We have found that the Raft Advertising Agency would be a great ad agency to use, as they're UK-based and they claim that they can sell anything. And by looking at their work, we found that they have the knowledge and the creativity to be a great contributor to Chilean Gourmet. Other promotions we're looking at are in-store demonstrations, charitable donations, and online exclusives. In-store demonstrations, free samples are a great way to get people to try new products, and so we really recommend that to Chilean Gourmet. Charitable donations, they already provide a certain percentage of the proceeds to go to a particular region in Chile depending on the products that they sell. So that is something we're going to continue to do in the UK. And finally, we're going to have online exclusives, mainly towards the foodies who, in order to give them an extra incentive to buy our award-winning vinegars.
All right, so in conclusion, we believe that the UK market is ripe for the importation of our products due to the fact that there are stable relations between both countries that promote international trade. We see an endless supply of future target segments through the mature UK market, and Chilean Gourmet offers consumers in the UK products that fit into their regular eating habits and their budget as well. So for the reasons we've mentioned in our presentation, we as Chilean Gourmet firmly believe that the UK market would be beneficial for both our company as well as all stakeholders and shareholders involved. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we have time for some questions from the audience. Go ahead. Venture capitalist questions?
So it sounds like you guys have a good entry model and you've done your research. In your report, however, it does mention that you don't think that your fixed costs are going to change with this expansion. And I'm just worried that you might have lowballed the price that you want to charge the UK consumer while also being able to keep your operating margin at the same spot as you have it in Chile. So I was wondering whether you guys accounted for, if you guys considered whether your fixed costs were actually really not going to change, or whether it's something that you might want to reconsider going forward, considering you might have to have a distribution center and maybe some people over there and something along those lines. I don't know.
I can do that, yeah, because I did price. I mean, the price of oil is obviously going up, so it is fixed for now, but depending on that, our transportation costs will go up. So there's other options we've considered, like using a freight ship, since our products have a long lifetime, that we can cut costs that way. So there's different options. Right now, that was the one we pursued now. Yeah.
Next question.
So after entering the UK market, do you guys see any possibilities to entering the rest of Europe? And how could that work with what you guys do in the UK?
Definitely. We took a look at other, where there were large populations of Chilean people, and we found that there was actually a lot in Sweden, and as well as the United States, which they are in, but could definitely expand in.
Not just Europe, other places as well,
Oh, yeah.
including even further into South America.
Yeah, that's true.
Last question.
Over here.
You guys said that you combined things in 2009, or combined companies in 2009, and you're pretty far away from the UK, and I was like, and you're also bringing a pretty, like 6 products, was it? I couldn't really see where it was, but
It's 3 right now.
3, oh. Well, anyway, it's still like a lot of products. Do you think that since you just are like brand new, like just starting out, it'd be a good idea to like go all the way over there? I mean, it's a pretty far distance and you're just starting out, I don't know.
I mean, we did.
We cut down on the product line because number one, honey to import is an extra tax. So we took that whole product line out, which is a huge market for Chilean Gourmet in Chile. But in order to bring everything over, it's extra money that we're gonna have to spend because it's 20 cents per product brought over. So I think starting out little and then maybe increasing later is the better way to do it so that we know what people are looking for there because it is also a new market.
Okay, any other questions? Otherwise, thank you very much.